when we dedicatedly then practice something, what have you found to be the difference between somebody who's gaining a lot from that hour of time that's spent practicing versus somebody who went through the motions, but perhaps at the end of the day is not going to achieve the same growth?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I wish I could go back in my life and change, because I spent most of my life practicing quite mindlessly through lots of repetitions and auto-correcting my skills. And the problem is that it works. Like, you can kind of intuit your way to a higher level of playing, but it's very frustrating, very inefficient. You hit a ceiling and so forth. So I think for me anyway, the key is, it's actually something my advisor often said in grad school. He said, when you misdiagnose the problem, you're probably going to misdiagnose the solution as well. And I think for me anyway, looking back at how I practiced, I didn't spend a lot of time trying to identify what the mechanical cause of the problems that I was experiencing were. So just as a simple example, if something was out of tune, I just knew it was out of tune. I didn't bother to figure out, is it sharp? Is it flat? Is it a lot sharp? Is it a lot flat? Which exact note is out of tune and why? Let's say that it's flat. Well, why exactly is that note flat consistently? Is it because of something my thumb's doing? Is it because of my elbow? Is it the angle of the violin? Is it tension in my chin and shoulder? Like, what is actually causing me to come up short on that particular note? And so once I started thinking more in terms of what exactly is the problem, so that's one of my advisor's favorite questions to us was, what's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? Like, what he just wanted us to identify and articulate exactly what is stopping us or stopping this client from achieving a particular outcome. And so once we're able to identify the problem, so for me, with this note that's out of tune, if it's okay, my thumb is getting a little bit tight, I'm not lifting up enough and releasing my shoulder and my chin at that moment, I'm not preparing my elbow in advance and the hand frame of my hand is a little bit too vertical instead of around. Once I adjust all those factors, now it's in tune. Once I started practicing that way, identifying the problem and then identifying solutions, things started progressing in a much more rapid way. And also the solutions stuck. So it's not like, I kind of intuited my way on the 5th repetition how to play this in tune, but the next day it's back to square one again because I didn't actually identify the problem. I didn't identify a solution. So my body is still doing the same old thing that it's accustomed to doing. But yeah, so once I identified how to kind of problem and solution my way to a better level of playing, things were more stable. I trusted things better under pressure. Progress was remarkably different. And I also just felt better. I knew that I was getting things done because I knew that I was coming to a deeper understanding of how to play the way I wanted to in a consistent way.
Yeah, beautiful. So the idea of mindless versus mindful engagement with the practice, and the mindfulness leading you to looking at root causes and analyzing and then correcting and adjusting rather than keep repeating. Yeah, beautiful.